As Christians, we don't agree on everything. I'm well aware of this. There's not one person right now that I'm like, I agree with you 100% on everything you say. So it comes with the territory that we don't agree on everything. If it's not a salvation issue, then it's not really a big deal. We'll figure it out when we get to heaven. I am someone that believes in the pre tribulation rapture. Many Christians do believe in this. Many Christians do not believe in this, and it gets a little heated sometimes, and I'm not sure why. Why would you not want to be raptured and avoid the tribulation? And if you say that, like, I read scripture like this and it's definitely post trib and whatever, you can have your opinion. But myself and many, many, many others do believe in a pre tribulation rapture. I don't believe we're going through God's wrath. The true bride, the church, will be raptured. And when it comes to the rapture and the second coming, there are some differences. And I think a lot of people get it confused, especially new Christians. So this little thing here, this little blurb, it says, how is the rapture different from the second coming of Christ? Seeing Jesus in the rapture, believers only will see Jesus. He will rapture true believers. At the second coming, everyone will see him coming. Meeting Jesus in the rapture, we will meet him in the air. And I say that to brothers and sisters, see you in the air, because we will see each other in the air. And meeting Jesus at the second coming is on earth. The resurrection, all believers will go. All believers will understand this. And at the second coming, no one. The church goes to heaven in the rapture. At the second coming, we return to earth with Jesus at the second coming of Christ. Judgment, believers' works. And in the second coming, the nations will be judged. Predictability. The rapture is imminent. It is any moment, any time. We should be ready for this. Sometimes I don't feel worthy about it, but I believe in Jesus 100%, and that is salvation for me because I believe in Jesus. I trust him, and I'd like to think I know him. I do know him from his word and from my prayers and just from my life in the last few years, the last many years. So, and in the second coming, it's tied to key events, right? Like this will happen, then this will happen, then this will happen. The timing, pre-tribulation, the rapture is pre-tribulation. The second coming of Christ is post-tribulation, where the church will come down with Jesus. The whole world will see him and us. Bible references veiled in the Old Testament. And the second coming is prophesied in the Old Testament. Satan, there's no references to Satan in the rapture, but at the second coming, Satan will be bound. He will be bound, then he will be loosed. He will deceive us for another season. And I know there's people talking right now about Satan's little season and that the rapture's happened and we're in Satan's little season. I don't believe that's true, but that's my opinion. I'm just, don't get mad at me, please. As Christians, we shouldn't get mad at each other for opinions on things. Again, unless it's like a salvation issue where someone's in jeopardy of losing salvation or not having it in the first place, then that's a problem. But if it's stuff like the rapture, like brothers and sisters that don't believe in a pre-tribulation rapture, are you going to be mad if that happens? Honestly, I'm honestly asking. I'm very seriously asking. You're not going to be mad, right? You'll be like, I'm so relieved. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I love this. Because you'll be with Jesus. We will be with Jesus. And real life will start. I don't believe he's going to pour his wrath on believers. That's not his character. Noah, Lot, etc., in the Bible. I don't believe that the true Christians, the church, the bride, will go through tribulation. I don't believe we will do that. And that's my opinion. I'm entitled to that. If you want to leave comments, just don't get so mad about it. Just try and say, here's what I believe and this is why. And that's fine. That's totally fine. But myself and many others, we're not watching for the Antichrist and Jacob's trouble. We're not watching for that. We're watching for the Lord Jesus Christ to rapture us. At the rapture, seeing Jesus, believers only will be caught up in the air. All believers go into heaven. Believers' works will be judged. The rapture's imminent. It's pre-tribulation. It's veiled in the Old Testament. There's no references to Satan about the rapture or anything. He will be here deceiving the nations like he's been doing the whole time. It's still hard for me to believe that so many people are Antichrist. Not just celebrities, way more than that. But it is especially celebrities, and people idolize celebrities. They're so talented, they're so this, they're so that. They're so funny, I love them. That is a mistake. That is people loving the world, and we're told in the Bible, in Scripture, if we love the world, the love of the Father is not in us. People that love the world and love their lives and themselves and their best life now and all this stuff, they don't realize what they're doing. They're not thinking outside of the box. They're not letting their mind understand the bigger picture. If you don't understand that Jesus is God and he's going to rapture the church and that there's all this alien contact stuff happening all the time, I'm going to quickly say to those listening, I hope you're listening. Not that I have it all figured out. I don't. No one does. So there you go. I'm just one person. No one has it all figured out, right? Okay. If the rapture happens and all the Christians leave the earth, all the Christians and the innocent children leave the earth, and you're left behind, can you please take this serious already? And just so you know, I know it sounds weird, but if there's alien contact and they disclose that even more, please understand that aliens are not aliens from outer space. They don't come from a distant planet. Planets are lights in the sky that God made. No one's landing on them or living on them. There's no water on them. There's waters behind them above the firmament. Please understand that aliens are demons and fallen angels, and they will deceive the world along with Satan. If you think that's very far-fetched, you haven't been paying attention. Do you not understand how much brainwashing has been about the globe, space, and aliens? It's for a good reason. They're setting up the last days to deceive the world. Christians, a lot of them, myself included, we don't believe in that stuff. We're calling it out for what it is, hoping that people will understand this and be saved and be able to see through deceptions and not be duped and fooled. Joey Vahedi is an actor. Here he is seen here. He has been, He has been in the movie The Chosen, which again, the person that wrote and directed The Chosen, he's not exactly a Christian. And there's a bunch of gay pride flags in the background of their movie filming, a bunch of things that are wrong. So he's been in The Chosen, he's been in a movie or show called Jesus Driver, he's been on the TV show called Lucifer, and in The Chosen, I will say he played Doubting Thomas. What does he do? One eye symbolism. Why? This is how sold out the world is. If you're someone who's like, I'm a Christian, I love The Chosen, it's such a good Christian movie. There's very little in this life that is actually Christian and true. The Chosen, I have not seen it, I have researched it, and many people I follow on YouTube, they have exposed it already 100 billion times, and I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it or support it because I don't believe in it. I have a problem with people that represent Jesus in a certain way if they're not like on fire for God and totally telling the truth. There are so many liars and scammers in this world. It's sad and pathetic. Another person, darkening one eye utterly, doing one eye symbolism, the eye of Horus, Joey Vahedi, I think that's how you pronounce his name, from The Chosen. He played Doubting Thomas, wouldn't you know? And he's in the show called Lucifer. Okay? I know we disagree about this, some of us anyways, but there's a lot of people that do agree about the rapture being pre-tribulation. Believers will see Jesus in the air. All believers. We go to heaven with the rapture. I don't want to die. I want to be here doing what I can do to help others. I truly want people to be saved. I don't care if I seem hateful or I seem like an idiot or a loser or this name, that name, whatever. It's not fun. I don't like it. But if I'm standing up for Jesus and the truth and standing up for people to be saved and have salvation, I'm going to do that. Even if people think, this guy's crazy, this guy's totally nuts. You know what? That's the way Christians are in this world. People think we're nuts because we believe in a guy in the sky, in the cloud, like that kind of thing. I still get that, like not as often as I used to. And I'm going to say this again. When I first woke up in 2015, I had Freemason gang stalking in my life. It was very strange and very concerning. But I got over that, and my faith in Jesus took that away. But I want people to know that, like, the world is extremely biblical, and they don't want people waking up. And if you become on fire for God, and if you expose Freemasons and the satanic world, they don't like that. They're going to try and stop you. If you think that's crazy of me saying that, try it for yourself. Try it for yourself and see what happens. I'm not alone in this. There's many Christians that understand this. Like, yeah, once I started being on fire for Jesus, or once I started waking up to the truth of Jesus in the biblical world, I had these weird people kind of stalking me, and, you know, whether it's on YouTube or real life, which is very strange. I used to go for walks and people would go, I won't even get into it. Again, I hate talking about this because it kind of seems crazy. It does seem crazy. And if anyone I know, family, friends, whatever, are watching this, they're going to be like, oh, this guy's crazy. But it's actually true. And everyone will find this out one day. Everyone will find out the truth one day about the biblical cosmology of Earth. Flat Earth, how stupid is that, eh? It's not stupid. It's the truth. And you're brainwashed. If you don't believe in flat, motionless, domed earth with the firmament and waters above, and God above and heavens above, you're brainwashed by the world. And it's sad. You will find out. I don't think some people can handle it because it's that big of a lie. And they're so caught up in their lives, living their best life now, etc., etc., they're going to be thrown off guard when the truth hits them. And when the rapture happens, they're left behind. Not a good thing to be left behind, okay? But if people are left behind, if you're watching this right now, just remember, aliens are demons and fallen angels. There's no aliens from outer space that are contacting the earth. They did not seed humanity. They are not your friends. They are not here to help us. They are not raising your consciousness or vibration like the New Age wants to think. They are the enemy of God. They are the enemy of you. You want to know Jesus. You want to go in the rapture. But if you don't believe in Jesus with some passion, you're not going to go. You're going to be left behind. Many people think they're good people. They're not. They're sinners. Many people think, I know Jesus, and they make up a version of God in their head that doesn't exist, and that's a sin as well. Have no gods before me, says God in the commandments. I know this stuff can be overwhelming to new people and to people that don't believe. They hear what I'm saying and they're like, this guy's off his rocker. This guy's nuts. No, I'm a Christian that had my eyes opened in 2015. Coming out of the New Age, coming out of my life, realizing that Jesus is God in the flesh. He fully is God and man when he came to earth. The gospel is his death, burial, and resurrection. believing in that is the meaning of life. If people don't believe in the rapture, that's up to you. You can believe whatever you want. I'm not going to like make you believe something, but I'm going to have a channel where I can say something. I do this from the love of my heart. I don't have this all figured out. I truly love people. Like when I go out in the world, and I was talking to someone today about this. If I see someone who has a name tag with pronouns on it, and like it's hard to tell if they're a man or a woman, I'm not going up to them and saying, "I hate you, you're disgusting." I'm polite to them as I would be to other people, like all people I want to be polite to. I would definitely want to ask them if they know Jesus and if they've ever tried to read the Bible, but that doesn't fly with some people. You got to pick and choose your battles. It's a hard battle to get through to people. I've had many arguments with my grandparents. My grandpa has passed away in March. My grandma is living in a retirement home, and the retirement home she's in is run by Mormons and Christians, and I hope that rubs off on her. Why do I want that? Because I love my family and I love humanity. It may not seem like that to some people, but it's very true. I've said many, many, many times, I don't want my worst enemy to go to hell. I want God to take care of things and correct things, but I'm not like, oh boy, I hope you burn in hell. No, I do not want that at all. And I hope you can feel and hear it in my voice that I'm telling you the truth. I don't want that. I think most Christians that are real, we don't want people to burn in hell. We don't want people to be cut off from God. We want people to live in the truth, to be saved, to have salvation, to live in the truth, to live in real love. Love is not letting everything go. Everything is not fine to do in the world. People that think like, I live a certain lifestyle. If you criticize it, you're hateful. No, that's not true. Anyways, everyone, I'm ranting again. I just want people to be saved. I want my friends and family to be saved. I want my neighbors, my whoever, my enemies even, I want them to be saved. I want them to know Jesus, live in the truth, be saved, have salvation, go to heaven forever, not be cut off from God. I think about some people in my life that have passed away, and I know they didn't believe in Jesus, and some of them might have even hated God and Jesus, and that concerns me. I don't want to think about them in hell. If we read the Bible, we discover that hell is a real place. It's eternal torment. God isn't sending you there because he hates you. He offers you salvation by having faith in him, and he has grace. He died so we can live. Many, many, many people reject that. I know certain friends I've gone through all of school with, from like kindergarten through high school. And some of them absolutely hate God, and they make it a point of like, they've told me that in the past. Maybe they wear a t-shirt that mocks God, and they have. I've seen this. And I hate it. I have always believed in God in my life, but I didn't always know Jesus, the biblical world. I made up God in my head. I'm like, God's out there somewhere. And all I had to do was seek him with my heart, mind, soul, and strength, and research to show myself approved. I'm still doing that, and the Christians in the Truth Community on YouTube in the last days, we're all doing that. And I get comments every day like, thank you for this or whatever, and like, I know what you're feeling. My family's like this too. We're all dealing with this together. This is something we do together. It's not on our own. And I do feel lonely sometimes because in my personal life, no one I know is awake. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know the biblical world and Jesus, and they just like, I don't know what they believe. I don't know what they're doing. Now is the time to research. Now is the time to pray. Now is the time to hit your knees on the floor and say, Jesus, save me, help me, show me the truth, get me on the right path, the narrow path. The path is narrow for life. It really is. So many people are not on that path, and I don't totally grasp that, because it's horrifying for me to think of people going to hell. Once more, even my enemies, I don't want them to go to hell. I really, really don't. Anyways, everyone, brothers and sisters, thank you for being here. Thanks for your comments and concerns and prayers. Being a Christian in this world is a battle. And I understand it. Like, right? If you read the Bible, you understand why the world is the way it is. It can be hard to comprehend because it seems like so many are not going to make it. And I'm not happy about that. It makes me depressed. And that's what my family doesn't understand. Like, why are you depressed about things? What's your problem? What are you doing? You know, I don't know. I'm one person trying to show the world that the world is biblical and try and help people be saved by pointing them in the direction of Jesus, by showing what entertainment is. It's satanic, etc. It's more than entertainment, but you guys know what I mean. I don't need to preach to the choir. You guys know what I'm saying. But I find it's very hard having the world is the way it is. It really is. I struggle with it daily. I don't know about you guys, but I think about this stuff nonstop 24/7. Wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about it. Before I go to bed, I'm thinking about it. And it's been like this for years. And at times it can be a little exhausting, but honestly, it's not that exhausting. It seems natural. Like, it seems like, if you want to be on fire for God, be on fire for God. Stand up for him. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed of the gospel or Jesus. Don't. Some people are like that. Some people are like, I'm a Christian and this, that, and the other, but they don't really stand up for God because they know it's divisive. They don't want to hear people's complaints. They don't want people to go, oh, you're a Christian? Like, and have an argument or something. Who cares? Argue with them. Have a conversation with them. Don't get mad. Just, right? Try and help them out. And a lot of people aren't going to get it, and we have to choose our battles, but try, I want to try more. I want you brothers and sisters to try more. Yeah, this is a fight. We got to fight the good fight. We got to battle the battle, and this battle is already won. Jesus has it finished. On the cross, it is finished. Jesus has won the battle. We go to heaven, believers, and we want others to follow us and go to heaven as well, but it's up to them. God bless you, everyone.